preparing 2 slabs of ribs. We'll put this mustard on there for a binding, rub it in. Just rub it all around, then we're going to put our seasoning on it. This is a chicken and pork rub. Sprinkle it all over. Try to put it evenly all through and about, the best we can anyways. I don't like it real thick, but yet I like enough to taste the seasoning. Now we'll finish sprinkling this on, and now we'll touch up some areas, and but that is about right for me. Like I said, I don't like it real thick, but I like enough to taste it. And this is some, I think this is called sweet heat. I don't put a whole lot on it. I just sprinkle it about to add a little bit more seasoning of this with what I've already put on there. And I like the flavor of it. I can smell a little bit of chili powder in it. It really tastes good, but it's not real hot, or it isn't to me. Now we'll get this side rubbed in mustard and start putting the seasoning on. The seasoning I'm using is called Atkins Chicken and Rib Rub. I ran across it in the store and picked it up, thought I'd try it. I used it and I really like it. Now we'll add a little bit of the sweet heat on this side. Get it in there, and it ought to be ready for the pan and to go on the smoker here in a little bit. Okay, we'll get this side of ribs ready to go here. Get it patted down a little bit, trim it up. Just a few places here and there, little small pieces basically to get them out of the way, and then we'll pull the membrane off here in a little bit. Slip my knife under here and try to get under that membrane so we can try to get a hold on it here. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get a hold of it just right, but a paper towel does wonders. Well, the paper towel's wanting to slip off of it, but we'll get it. And there it comes off. Trim a little excess fat off of here. We'll get it trimmed up. It really don't show it right, but it had quite a bit of fat on the edge, and I wanted to trim some of that off of there. I know a lot of people like to leave the fat on it and just cook it and let it render out, but believe me, these will turn out really juicy. Now we put the same Atkins chicken and rib rub on there, or pork rub, and I added a little sweet heat on this also. Well, it looks like it's about time to fire up the smoker. And I believe I see smoke. I'm using a Pit Boss Pro Series 4 vertical pellet smoker. These are items that I purchased and I'm not being paid to advertise. Well, as you can tell by the texture of the ribs, they've been on there for a little while. I have lost some video along the way, but anyways, I'm testing it, and we spritz it throughout, and these ribs really turn out good. Temperature held pretty steady at 225, but it'll fluctuate back and forth from, I think it's like 215 to 230, but it really holds constant. These ribs appear to be looking great, and as I said, throughout I've spritzed them, and they really were juicy. Now we're going to take them off, take them in the house. We're going to wrap them. We're going to put a little butter and a little bit of brown sugar and wrap them up and put them back on the grill here in a little bit. Okay, we got butter on both sides, we got brown sugar on both sides, and now we're going to place them back in the smoker. Now I always make sure there's water in that water pan below. Okay, these ribs are ready to come out. We're going to unwrap them and then put them back in the smoker for about another 35 minutes. As you can see, some chicken wings there. We put them in a little too early, I think. We should have waited until after the ribs were like about 15 minutes, but they turned out good. Anyways, back to the ribs. They really look nice. Look at that. Hopefully you can see it. I didn't have the camera just right. But I lay them in there with the rib side or the bone side down, the meat side up, both of them. And I'll let them sit in there for about another 25 or 30 minutes. Get this other one unwrapped and get it in there. It sure is a steaming. But they really are juicy. Turned out great. Man, look at that. Good color. Man, it really looks good. I believe they're ready. Well, we had the ribs out of the smoker and then here on the table. And we kicked the smoker up to about 300 degrees to finish those chicken wings you had seen earlier. So we're going to get these all sliced up and see what they look like. I'm going to need to get another cutting board. I think it's bowed or something. Now these ribs have been resting for about 20 minutes. And they're turning out pretty good. It got a lot of gristle in this. You can see where I've cut it, and you can see the gristle, a little white piece there on the side of here and there. Anyways. These ribs turned out really juicy and slick. Juicy. And just a little help getting through this gristle. They really turned out well. Look at that. Really nice and juicy. And a little bit of smoke ring there. Hey, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. Let's all do our part in keeping each other safe. Social distancing. Don't get out unless we absolutely have to. And God bless to everyone.